First, I can start up the other stream. Okay. Woo. Yeah. So I'll wait until there's 500 people in the stream, and then I will go about my entire message. Got about, 100. Oh my god. Okay, so we have about 300 people. I'm gonna keep waiting. Okay. I hate the lesson lists. They're really annoying. Oh, hi! You can see, one of my, regulars is here, so. Okay, so I'm gonna pause right here for a hot second, and then, so what I started the stream today to talk about is how, so my teacher suggested that we're doing our community service hours, and so she thought it'd be a great idea if I talked about how, like, where specifically I think people should donate some money to. And it doesn't really matter where specifically you donate to, as long as you donate to a charity with, you know, a good meaning and all this other stuff, it's fine. But I wanted to talk specifically of how I think we should work a little bit harder towards donating towards, like, charities that help stop animal cruelty, as well as only purchasing your items from places not to participate in animal cruelty, because it's as little as we think it does, where we purchase items does affect what they do. And same things as, like, don't buy fishes from places like Walmart, because they're horrendous for the cruelty, and they keep their animals in such small tanks, and it's our job to help stop encouraging these companies and, you know, what they do and treating these animals with cruelty, because when we do purchase items from them, we're only encouraging that behavior. And yes, we may want to save these animals from these bad situations. It isn't right to buy them from this situation. We should try and discourage them, because when we don't buy those items, they stop buying fishes and keeping them in those small tanks, and etc. So I think it's really important that we don't buy items from realtors that participate in things like animal cruelty. And same thing with, like, makeup brands, etc. I feel as if they are not cruelty free, we should not buy their products, because we're encouraging that bad behavior to continue. So I think it's best that we try our best and donate to companies that do not participate in things like that, as well as we donate to charities and stuff like that, and nonprofits that try their best to help stop these people from, you know, doing these horrible things. And some people say that, like, you should go vegan to stop animal cruelty, but I think what we should do is, because going vegan's not going to solve the problem, people are still going to treat animals cruelly. And I feel like what we can do best is, if you can't do things like donate to charity, you should do your best to avoid brands that participate in animal cruelty, as well as if you can, try and purchase all your foods from the locally place things. Avoid places like Walmart if you can. Obviously, not everybody can, because it's, you know, the cheaper alternative. Because when we avoid places that are, you know, kind of that factory manufacturing, they do have a manufacturing line for getting meat, and that is, it's not the most humane way. So I think what we can do best is try and do our best to stop, you know, this, as well as if you think you see someone participating in animal cruelty, you could report them, etc. Said not everybody, I understand not everybody can do that. Like, I have to eat meat. So I physically can't go vegan. It's not good for my health, and not everybody can. And it's also not something that not everybody wants to do. Some people just like meat better. Or maybe I like almond milk in my tea, so instead of getting normal milk, if I can't get it at like a place where I know it's humanely sourced, like locally, I drink almond milk because I know that won't be hurting anybody. Stuff like that. Small little things definitely do help. And one thing is that a lot of larger people, they will, like, if you're on TikTok, there's this lady, that vegan teacher. Her way of trying to convince people to go vegan, I think, is all wrong. And I don't think you should try and force anybody to be vegan because it's a choice. And some people, like me, need to be able to eat meat. So, basically what I'm asking is if any people in here have the time to donate to charities or just watch what you eat, that'd be great, because that's something that I would very much love to see, because I think that it's really important that we try and stop animal cruelty. Normally I would say just donate to PETA because they're very well known, but they are one of the people that I would not suggest donating to. PETA is, though they do speak that they want to stop animal cruelty, the problem is they are the exact example of what not to do. You try to think that you know what you're doing, so you try and help, like you try and save animals from, like, that are being sold in, bad environments, and yes, it's a noble thing. What you're doing is, hey, I want to adopt this animal because they're in a bad situation, but in the end you end up doing more harm because you're encouraging them to, buy more of these animals and put them in once again, in those cruel, situations and habitats. The most, I guess, it's not good what they're doing, but it's not bad, I guess, is people online have resulted in, they'll steal animals, like small animals and stuff like that from stores, because they, like, place them out in bags and stuff, which is absolutely horrible, by the way. But I think, honestly, at the end of the day, doing your best is all people should ask of you, because at the end of the day, that's all we need to do, is try our best to make sure that we don't encourage said bad behavior. I prefer if people only bought, I'm gonna pause for a second. I prefer if people only bought or adopted animals from shelters, like non-profit shelters, as well as I don't think you should buy animals from breeders. A lot of time those animals are incredibly inbred. They have short lives compared to, those who are mutts, etc. I don't believe you should send animals away to specific training camps. You should, oh, thank you so much. I don't think, because some training camps use inhumane, they'll hit and beat the dogs, etc. if they don't work. I've seen it before, of where I know somebody who they train, it's dog train, and she's extremely skittish. I'll try to pet her and she won't let me. It's absolutely horrible, but there's no way I can prove that she's being abused, so I can't do anything. Um, it's absolutely horrible to see that happen, so I suggest you do a lot of research into training and how they train their dogs, because I think the best way, or train the dog yourself, positive reinforcement is a great way to train an animal, etc. Um, Adopt animals from kill shelters. That's another thing you can do. That's if you want a pet. Because a lot of times, no-kill shelters are usually the public shelters. Well, you know, um, and basically, these no-kill shelters get overwhelmed, and there's too many animals, and so they have to, um, they don't have enough room for all the animals in their area, and so some of the animals end up getting sent to these kill shelters, and um, it might require training. The dog might be abused, and instead of working hard to get this dog to be okay with being around humans, again, and giving that positive reinforcement, they'll just kill them because that's and they may not want to. It's just their job. It's not like it's personally, you can't have anything against people that work at a kill shelter because it's not their choice to be like to you know be working at a kill shelter, because with a public shelter, a no kill shelter most of the time, um, you get paid less, as well as less job stability, etc. That's why a lot of times people volunteer at no kill shelters instead of working, because they won't get paid. Um, as well as we should push the government to work harder on um, cutting down on animal cruelty, because yes, nowadays we do have a lot of things that help prevent animal cruelty, but there are a lot of places that still do participate in animal cruelty, and it's very, very illegal. Um, I believe like Petco, they and Walmart, they'll put their fishes in bags for them to be sold, and maybe for travel purposes, putting a fish in a bag is all right for like maybe an hour, 30 minutes is fine, but for long periods of time, which those fish are out for a while, um, it's not appropriate at all. Um, Stuff like that, you should avoid buying, as well as um, encourage your local senators, etc., and advocate to stop animal abuse. This is important. And this isn't just for anything. I think donating to any charity is a good thing. Personally, I would do for more. For when it comes to certain charities, I would prefer to do animal cruelty charities, because I see it a lot. It's a horrible thing to see, and I love animals. I've made sure that my animals like live really happy lives, and even if it's a pain in the ass, I'll make sure that my cat eats food that doesn't upset his stomach, um, etc. I do, and I feel like a lot of people nowadays do stuff like that, of where they're going to treat their pets better and better. So I don't like get like the basic food brands. I get stuff that actually has like actual, nutritions in it, because it's the only stuff that doesn't make my cat, sick. Um, I think it's important to make these small decisions that work towards stopping animal cruelty. And it goes for any other charity. Things like advocate for help with teenagers with mental illness, a lot of times, it's something sad, and I've actually talked with one of my teachers about this, is that I think there should be some sort of something in place, because people don't like to admit it, but sociopaths and psychopaths are born. They are not always made into the people that they are. And it's something that you can be born with. And the horrible part about that is that I've talked with, like I said, my teacher, and we talked about how even with some of the things we put in place to catch these kids that are depressed, that have, bad thoughts about hurting other people, and etc. We don't always catch them. And that's because, and we're not always going, it's not going to always be 100%. We're not always going to be able to catch every, person. But I feel like there are systems that we could put in place to better help these kids, because being a sociopath doesn't automatically have to mean you're going to hurt people. And empathy training, a lot of people do go through it, because some people have trouble and they're a little apathetic. But sociopaths, they are fully apathetic, and we need to help them, because it's something that you can teach. Empathy is something that you can be taught, and a lot of times sociopaths are born from the fact of they are born and then their family never shows them empathy, so they never learn that trait. So I feel like there should be more systems put in place. Basically, I'm asking for any of you that have extra money, or just notice these little things in your day-to-day life that can help someone. So, hey, I'm a teacher and I work with teenagers. I'm gonna take a little bit more effort to notice off behavior in my students, or if I notice bruises on my students. And hey, I work at Petco or something, and I see one of my employees or peers abusing an animal, I'm gonna report that. Stuff like that. Small little things for everything that you can do, because not everybody can donate to charity. It's just a factor of life. Not everybody has money. So I just wanted to, do this whole rant thing about how I think, if you can, make a donation to any charity of your choosing. Make sure to research that charity and know that it's going to a good place, what they will do with your money, etc. And it could be for anything. It could be for cleaning up plastic out of the ocean. It could be for stopping animal cruelty, cancer research, anything. Doesn't matter, because a lot of those charities are for good. All I ask is that you look into the charities and change little small things in your behavior, so that you yourself can make a little bit place, like a little change in the world. That's all that matters. There are so many people in here. But yeah, I went on a little rant there, so I'm gonna go back to the game. But that's all I ask is research some charities, or volunteer, or just make some small changes in your day-to-day life to help with getting rid of all the bad things in the world. It's a good way to do that. I think when people donate or help or volunteer or just make small little changes to help out, I think it makes you a better person all around, as well as it helps you stay grounded, as well as be more empathetic in your day-to-day life. It makes you a better person and helps your soul all around. At least that's what I think. Most of the people that I see that make large donations to charity, which mostly are rich people. Yes, rich people. higher up, like people like Jacksepticeye, Markiplier, PewDiePie. They make large donations to charity. They use their platforms, and I believe that that is one of the main reasons that they stay extremely grounded in life, and they're happy with what they're doing, is because they're doing something good as well along with their platform. So I'd like to say, thank you for listening to my long rant. Thank you so much. So, um, and I'm happy that like not hundreds of you left. So thank you all. How many are there in here right now? 1,200 of you. Thank you. I'll also probably be making a post later about the places that I think you should donate to after the stream is over. So keep an eye out for that. Thank you. Thank you for my long rant. I'm sorry. Thank you for listening to my super long rant. I very much appreciate it. I much appreciate you all listening to my extremely long rants. Very much appreciated. And by the way, I feel like this is kind of coming out of nowhere. It's mostly because, I actually, talked to my mother, and I actually agreed with her strongly that it's important, for people to use their, platforms to help out charities, because, it's not all about you, and, you should do whatever you can to use your platform, and it brings you back down. And the same thing for like business owners, etc. Because I am one as well, so. The funny thing is though, is that when I do start testing out my items, products on, like testing them, all the testing is going to be on me and a few other like friends. And other people that volunteer to test said products to see if they are actually good products. So I'd like to think that hopefully I'm doing something good with like my platform. I'd like to think that, but I'm not always, so I'm very happy to actually be doing something good. It's a really nice feeling. I always try to like do small things that not only for like charities, but small things that make me feel better. Or doing small like little things that help out other people. It doesn't always have to be a charity. It can sometimes just be like helping people in general. It's just nice. It's a good feeling to help people out. I've always liked helping others. And I hope everybody else does too. It's always been a great feeling for me. To just do small little things that people notice. Like, hey, this guy, he gets the same thing, he just gets coffee every day. Hey, I'm gonna pay for your coffee today. Small stuff like that. That's all that really matters in the end. So now I'm kind of like using my platform to be like, hey, everybody else should really do that. It's like $1 coffee. It's a real nice feeling to help out people. At least in my opinion, it is. Something. It just reminded me of running. Well, I'm gonna go. I have schoolwork to do. So, I hope to see you guys all later. Goodbye. And then, so I did that stream.